So sometimes when it comes to calculation problems and sometimes fractions especially, the problem gives you a whole mess of numbers and it's asking you to find a sum, quotient, difference, or product. But I mean, you don't know what to do because there's so many numbers and you can feel overwhelmed. So what can you do in that case? Well, just like last time, we learned about the golden sequence, and that has some link with finding patterns. We're still going to need that in this series, tricks to calculating fractions, just the second half. But here is another trick to fractions. And not just fractions, actually, with whole numbers too. It can be very helpful. You have a whole mess of numbers. I just going to have a huge mess right here. And you just have two different types of messes. But what you can do is take each of those messes and give them a letter, A or B. Any number actually. I mean any letter. So there could be X, Y's, Q's, P's, O's. I don't care, but you can substitute it with a letter. And then you can simplify when it's much more simpler with the letters. Then you can retake out what you have and just put in the actual values in place of the letters. So these letters, we call them variables. And some of you might already know that, some of you might not, and this is your first time. But variables are going to be very, very important as we advance into our study of Math Olympiad problems, especially. But it is something that you will learn in middle school and also in our series Chinese Middle School Math. That is what you're going to learn, I believe, in um, grade 7, chapter 3. So that's something that you're going to learn there. But it's a good idea to start it now. And if you're not quite sure still what I mean by variables, find out in the next lesson when we apply it to our first